So hi everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is V, and if you're new here, welcome to the family, and if you're old, thank you so much for coming back. So for today's video, as you can tell by the title, we're talking all things January exams, and you guys have been DMing me and messaging me on Instagram all about wanting advice about how I got through mine. I was doing them during the pandemic, so I had to do them from home, and I've got all this advice and tips on just how to motivate yourself and how to practically get through this. I have 13 points on my laptop and I'm gonna share them with you guys. Point number one, start by remembering the why of what you're doing. Like, you need to remember why, because if you don't know why you're doing these exams or what your end goal is, you're not gonna be able to get through it, because right now you're being passive rather than being active. So for us to become an active participant of anything to do with our academic journey or our academic careers, you have to know why. So write down what you want to feel like. Why are you doing this and what's your reasoning? For me, I always said I want results day to feel good. I want to feel happy on results day. When I open up whatever that paper says, I want to know that I put in the effort. And I also really just loved what I was studying, and I wanted to also just become more knowledgeable in life and in my field. So for me, that was motivation enough of like, I want to revise and study really hard so I can prove to these examiners what I know and show off a little bit, you know what I mean? So that was my why. Your why might be you really need that grade in that specific subject to get into your next phase of your educational journey. That was also one of my reasons. Or maybe you want to make your parents proud. This is the last stage of schooling you want to do. You don't want to do any further education, so you want to finish it with a bang. Like, any reason is valid really, as long as it's a reason that's going to get you through these exams. Write it down somewhere and put it on your wall. Next point, and this one is so good. If you have any distractions, you better get rid of them immediately. And I'm not joking about this. Like, I'm really putting my foot down with this and with you. Like, you need to really get in control and be active in your academic journey. And if you have a distraction, it could be a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a best friend or a parent or a sibling or Netflix or maybe Instagram or TikTok. If you have any of those kinds of distractions, get rid of it now. Even if it means you say to your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your friend or whoever, hey, right now you are a huge distraction because I really love you so much, and I could spend hours talking to you. I could spend hours justifying why I'm talking to you or justifying why I'm around you, and I don't need that right now. So please ignore my texts, ignore my calls, and leave me alone for a bit. If you love me and care about me help myself and leave me alone. And if it's Netflix and you just can't stop watching it, change your password, give it to your friend, and give the email to your friend so that, you know, in case you're scared of being hacked or something, and make sure you say, you cannot give this to me until after this date. Like, do not return my password to my Instagram or to my TikTok or whatever it may be until I finish these exams. Okay, this one is really, really important. You need to find a way of creating a healthy study environment in your home or wherever you call home. I know that not everybody has their own bedroom, not everybody has a good home or living situation, so we have to find alternative ways of trying to recreate, you know, a study space or like a little mini library at home. People have that, some people don't have that. I definitely did not. So I found ways of creating my own like study space because I was in a pandemic, right? So what I would do is I had a desk that we built and put in my mom's bedroom so that I now had, like, you know, a different space away from where I sleep. And I also worked in the kitchen a lot. If you followed my vlogs during my time at Harvard, you'd have seen me in the kitchen the majority of the time, and I loved it because when my mom and my sister were cooking, it felt like I was in a cafe, you know? Like, I was just trying to recreate those places that stimulate me thinking, ooh, study time, like what I would have had if it wasn't a pandemic. Cafes, libraries, etc. And I also use the living room a lot, so I would just bounce around the house recreating little spaces to study, and it helped. Anywhere other than my room, and I tried to be out of my room as much as I could be because otherwise I was gonna fall asleep. Okay, the next one is grow some healthy habits right now. Like, begin today, like tomorrow, today. Start now, where you create a space where your mind is just feeling like it's getting energized, it's getting like brain juice, it's now in like war mode, you know? Like, you need your brain to know that we've just gone from Christmas to now let's get active, because right now you're probably still thinking about the Christmas pudding you had, and I don't blame you, but I do think you need to get it into gear. So what I did to help me like get ready for my exams was I started becoming healthier. Like I would take an hour walk every single day during my exams because it just helped me feel like, okay, I'm taking a break from my studies, this is my time to like go away and think. And I would physically leave the house, take that 1 hour walk, 30 minutes that way, then 30 minutes back, and when I got back it just like rejuvenated. And it's good for you, air is good for you, fresh air. I drank a lot more water. I got this bottle from Amazon that has like the 7 p.m 8 p.m, like drink this at this time, 7 a.m 8 a.m rather, 10 a.m, like it tells you when to drink your water, and it just keeps you like doing things that are keeping your brain flowing. And the next one is that your family are gonna be annoying, okay? They're gonna be annoying during this period because they just don't get it. They haven't been in exams for a long time and they're just gonna want to be like, what are you doing, what are you up to? So use them. Use them, payback time. You say to them, sit down and I want to tell you about what I've just revised, because when you teach someone else you learn better. So I would force my mom and my sister to sit there and listen to me read back the practice essays I've just done, or read back like the method I've just learned or the quote I've just learned, and make them ask me questions. I would make them like little flashcards that I would give them so that they could prompt me and ask me stuff, or just let them ask organic questions, because the less that they get it, the better, because then it means you have to simplify it enough to explain it to someone else who's not doing your degree, and that way you're learning. So for me, peer-to-peer learning, even though they weren't teaching me anything back, was really, really helpful, because it just meant now it's no longer just living in your brain. It's like you're saying it out loud, you're finding different ways of like engaging with your content. Something else I had in the family front, because I know that, you know, younger siblings, older siblings, even parents, they might just not understand the magnitude of what you're doing. So what I had for myself and also for them, on my wall, I mean my poor wall, I would stick so much stuff on there, it looks so bad. On my wall I would put my schedule, my study schedule and my exam schedule of what's coming up, just so that they can visually see, hello, this is not a game. I have like 10 days until a really big exam that's going to count towards my final grade, which decides whether or not I get into university or whether or not I get into a postgraduate. Like really make it quite clear to them. So I had this massive schedule on my wall, and it said when my exams were, so at least they could prepare to not be loud or to not bring people over or to not be annoying that day, you know what I mean? So put a big schedule, because they don't know what they don't know. The next one is make a good revision schedule for yourself. You need to be able to know what you're doing day to day leading up to these exams, and also to be realistic with it. Do not overwork yourself, do not burn yourself out, do not put down 12 hours study schedule like in the library, no breaks. Like this is just ridiculous, okay? You need to work smarter and not harder, because all that matters going into these exams is that you feel prepared, you know enough material in your mind, you know enough themes and ideas to be able to write those essays, to be able to sit those exams. And for you to do that, you need to revise well. And I always have this analogy of, you would never ever get on the stage with Beyonce to sing her new music when you haven't even revised it or practiced it or learned it, because you're going to embarrass yourself in front of the beehive and then they're going to boo you off the stage. You want to go there knowing every single note, harmony, how to sing it, and the only way to do that is to listen to the song over and over and over and over again, and to practice it. And to do that, we need a good revision schedule. So make sure you sit down and you look at a revision schedule. If you want an advice, go and watch my repetition revision method video, and that will be really, really helpful. And if you don't know how to make a revision schedule, I've made plenty of videos on this, and I'll link them on the end screen of this video so you can just click straight onto it. But the repetition revision method is my lifesaver. It changed my grades, it literally transformed the game for me, and if I was to go into further study right now, I would still use it again. So make sure you have a good revision schedule. Next practical advice to do with exams is make sure you know whether or not your exam is open book or closed book, because you need to know how to revise for it, because you would be, I don't know, putting down a list of quotes that you're gonna use in the exam on a piece of paper, then the exam day comes and they tell you you can't bring this into the exam. So make sure you know what kind of exam it is, that way you know which way to work. Back to that point about working smarter and not harder, like I would work in chunks of hours. Like I would do maybe 1 hour 15 minutes of work, 1 hour 15 minutes of work, and then I would go and get like a snack, go and get fruit, or go talk to my mum, or go do something for like 15 minutes, get back, get back to it again for like an hour 15, then take another 15-minute break and go stretch my legs, do this, do that. Then I would do like maybe 30 more minutes, and then I would then close my laptop, take that 1 hour walk, come back, get back into it, do this, like I would just like break it up, and I would move around the house like I said. So I might start my morning in my mom's room, and then when she now wakes up for a toilet break or something, I know it's time for me to head on out and move to the living room. And then when I take my hour walk, I get back, I move to the kitchen. Like I would just try to just be mobile. I hate sitting still. I hate having to be in the same place all day doing the same thing. So try and break up your day and make it fun and exciting and like something to like, you know. And the second to last point that I would make is getting accountability partners during your examinations is really, really good. So if you have friends who are like-minded, who are also taking this very seriously and want to do well, get a Zoom group going, okay? Like say, guys, we're gonna do like a 1 hour 15-minute study. Let's like start our Zoom call, and when it's an hour 15, we'll all check back in and say, hey, taking a break. Just to know that someone else, if they look up on their screen and they see you working, they're gonna keep on working. And if you look up, you see them working, you're gonna keep on working. And if you don't have any friends who are like that, that's okay. You don't have to stress. You can go and watch so many study YouTubers who do these like live sit down and I'll study in silence while you watch me, and they've got pre-recorded ones. Like there are many ways of being able to feel like you're in a library with someone else without actually being in a library with someone else. So go online and check out those resources on YouTube for free, or getting your friends on Zoom for free, you know. Like just try to find ways of making this fun, enjoyable, and a group activity, and a way of keeping yourself accountable. Last point of the day is remember that this is your chance to show off to these examiners, okay? This is your chance to go in there and show them what you're made of. You know more than you think you know. I always say this because as a student, like, you just doubt yourself and imposter syndrome kicks in and you think, oh, I don't know anything, I'm going to fail. No, you've been doing this for years, okay? We've been studying and learning for years. You're clearly a bright individual for you to be at university or be at your apprenticeship or be doing whatever it is you're doing that you need to be revising for. You're clearly smart, you're clearly invested in this, so go and show them what you're made of. The most important thing, I think, is to eliminate those distractions, plan accordingly, don't burn yourself out, and create healthy habits to help you get through this period. So that's it from me. I hope that was helpful. I hope you guys are doing well. Good luck with your exams. Please tell me down below what exams you've got coming up and which one you're most excited for and which one you're most nervous for. We'll all try and encourage and support each other in the comment section below. Obviously, I might not be there immediately because the time zones in America, you know how it goes, but I'll be home soon. In the meantime, catch me on YouTube every single Sunday at 5 p.m. and I'm trying to upload on Wednesdays as well. So I'm going to be helping you guys. Comment down below what else you want to see, and just let's be in this together. I love you so much, and I'm going to try to wear a normal outfit in the next video that's not a college jumper, but I'm obsessed with that. I can't help it. I can't help it. And if you've got anything negative to say about me, I don't want to hear it. Bye guys.